Welcome to Everyday Grace TV, where there's story, there's grace. I'm Jay Locklear, and on this part 2 of episode 6, we will check back in with Hannah Adair Bonner, who continues to stand vigil at the Waller County Jail for Sandra Bland, and also welcome our new co-host, Dr. Margaret Brunson.
Hey y'all, so I don't know where to look. Anyway, I am getting ready for bed, and before I go to sleep, there has been something really big, really heavy on my mind. A seed that I feel like God has truly planted in my life, work that He has set for me to do, a message that He has for me to get out. So before I go to sleep on today, January 14th, 2015, I wanted to make this video message and plant my seed of Sandy Speaks. I know my head probably looks a little crazy right now, but the idea behind Sandy Speaks is that I'm gonna take the situations, the ideas, everything that's going on in the news, and I want to get feedback from the children. I feel like with the police brutality and all of the things that have been going on in the news, you know, a lot of people have been making noise and expressing their opinions about how they feel, and somewhere along the way we've forgotten about an important group, which are the kids. I don't have any kids. I do have an 8-year-old and a 14-year-old nephew. Sorry, my battery about to die. I ain't even got my cord. I do have an 8-year-old and a 14-year-old nephew, and I want to hear their point of view. I want to know what they feel about just the things that they've heard in the news, even though they might not watch the news. Things like social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of this stuff is in it, so they know about it. And I want to get some dialogue started with them. I want to see what they feel. It's time to do something.
Welcome back to Everyday Grace TV. I'm Jay Locklear, and at this time we're going to take an opportunity to check back in with Hannah Adair Bonner. She's joining us from Chicago today. Hannah, it's good to have you back on the show once again.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope you can hear the noise of the delicious fried chicken that is happening in this kitchen. I'm here at Sandra Bland's oldest sister Shantae's house here.
Hello. How are you all?
We're doing
getting
well.
We're getting ready for Sunday supper.
Yeah.
So we got the chicken going, and we got Shavon is here, and Shavon is here, and Sierra, you gonna hop in this? So we have. Oh, hi. Hey. You gonna hop in, princess? No. Okay. You're gonna hop in. Say hi, ladies.
Hi, guys.
So we are here. We're making Sunday supper, so it's a little bit noisy. I'm going to step outside for a minute, but thank you for having us here. You can see right behind me are some yellow roses. We just took a dozen yellow roses just like that to the graveside, and we are getting ready for Sunday supper.
Fantastic. So Hannah, the last time that we had an opportunity to speak with you, it was day 33 of your vigil outside the Waller County Jail. And can you give us a little bit of an update now? I think we're on day 68. Can you just kind of update us on what's happened since then?
Sure thing. There's been a lot going on. I believe that at that point they had not yet changed the name of University Drive to Sandra Bland Parkway, I believe. And so that was something that gave a great deal of encouragement to the family. There was a march from Prairie View campus to the Prairie View City Hall, and the Prairie View City Council voted to change the name of the road outside campus where she was arrested to Sandra Bland Parkway, and there's discussion of Sandra Bland Memorial Park as well. So to put things in context, you know, you have Waller County, and then you have towns within Waller County, and so Prairie View is the town within Waller County where she was arrested, and then Hempstead is the town in which she was placed in jail and where she ultimately lost her life.
So it sounds like quite a bit has happened, and things continue to develop as the vigil continues. So our understanding is that the court case actually began last week. Can you tell us what kind of outcome that you are hoping for and the family's hoping for?
Yeah, so the preliminary hearing for the civil trial took place this past Tuesday. The plaintiff is Miss Geneva Sandra's mother, and her sisters Shante and Sharon were there in court on Tuesday, and we filled up the courtroom with supporters to stand with them as the preliminary hearing began. The DPS, the state police for Texas, is trying to have the case dismissed. And so this preliminary hearing, there's just some opening statements to introduce the lawyers and things like that. But the judge seemed to be a pretty fair man. He seemed to know that there's been some interesting withholding of information and things like that from the family that's gone on, and so that's why it's necessary to bring this civil trial to bring forth information that might not come otherwise apart from a discovery process that needs to take place where the information will have to come out that has been withheld from the family. And so he set a court date for December 17th, and so they will move forward with the trial at that time because we are assuming and hoping and praying that the state's motion to dismiss the trial won't be successful. That it seems that the judge understood that this information needs to come out. So we're looking forward to supporting them once again on December 17th.
So Hannah, we know that the vigil started off small, but it continues to grow. People have continued to come alongside, and it's one of the reasons why we wanted to come back and revisit this story again. So I want to give you a chance to tell everybody who's watching Everyday Grace TV right now, what are some ways that we can continue to be in support of what you and so many others are doing for Sandra Bland and her family?
Yeah, well, it's been so beautifully ecumenical, just the way that the church should work ideally, in the sense of, not everybody's on board, of course. But what's been beautiful is the ecumenical nature of the support. So we've had Lutherans out, we've had Methodists, United Methodists out, African Methodist Episcopal out, CME, UCC, United Church of Christ. We've had Presbyterians out. We've had just folks from the Jewish community. We've had folks from all walks of life that have been out, and so it's just been beautifully ecumenical in the support that's been there, and it makes you really think this is the way it should be. And so I think that what's most important to me right now, of course, is supporting the family and standing in solidarity with them and helping them to continue on this journey towards justice. And the best way that folks who aren't here physically can do that is by continuing to support the family's legal fund, because there's a lot that goes into this when the family has to come down for the trial. When they have to come to different meetings, there's a lot of cost that's incurred, and that's why sometimes these battles for justice aren't won, because the family just runs out of money to be able to keep in the fight. And so if we want to see justice take place here, actually that is really important, and I want people to understand that that's important. As I'm physically here with them. That they can be there with them in another way by continuing to help them to be able to stay in this fight till the end. Interestingly, I preached at an AME church recently, and at the end of the service, there was an older woman who came up to me at the close of the service, and she said, "You have to keep fighting. You have to keep fighting. It's the only way to win. You have to keep fighting." And so by supporting the family and their fund for justice, it enables them to keep fighting.
Hannah, we want to say thank you for taking some time out of your schedule, and also to the family to opening up their home and allowing us this opportunity to continue to follow up on this story. We want to give any family members who were there who may want to talk on camera about any of this, we want to give them a chance to talk as well.
Absolutely, sure thing, they definitely do. Let me just get them real quick just now.
Thank you. We're back with Hannah Adair Bonner, and she has been joined by members of Sandra Bland's family. Hannah, can you tell us who you have with you?
Sure thing. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
My name is Sierra Cole. I'm Sandra Bland's youngest sister.
And my name is Shavon Bland, and I am Sandra's older sister. I'm the middle child.
All right, so Sierra, Shavon, this is your opportunity. Folks from Everyday Grace TV are watching. What would you like to say about Sandra Bland?
I would just like to say that Sandra was a very, very, very strong person, and very, 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 very loved. She had just a phenomenal spirit about her, and you knew when she was present in the room. Me and Sandra are like very, very close. We shared the same room, clothes, shoes. You know, we did pretty much everything together when we were younger. So she's missed dearly, and it's hard going day by day. But by her being brought up, you know, such as things like this, it really helps us cope with her, you know, not being here physically, because it's like you guys, such as like Hannah, she's like a Sandra, you know, she kind of fills in that gap. You guys fill in that gap, you know, with her not being here.
Sierra, what would you like to say?
Well, I would just like to say my sister was an awesome person. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, she's not really a talker.
It's okay. That's all right. Part of what we want to do with this show and the parts that we shot earlier, we want to make sure that people are aware of this story, that it keeps being in front of people. So we are grateful for what you have taken the opportunity to share with us today. We will continue to talk about this and make sure that people know that you are seeking justice for Sandra.
We appreciate it so much. A lot of people kind of probably think that we don't have the connection like we have. As sisters, we have a bond, like a spiritual bond with one another. And so this is very, very hard for all of us. And we, like I said, we try to cope, but it's very, 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 very hard. Sandra was, she was the one, you know, for all of us. I mean, we wish we had the courage like she has with certain situations, you know. She was that person. And she was the tallest, but I think I am like, you know, the stronger artist, you know, the one that they come to fight. But in actuality, you know, Sandy was that one who I kind of admired and looked up to. Even though she would come to me all the time, I kind of looked at her like, hey, you know, you've done well. So it's hard, but we appreciate you guys a lot, an awful lot.
We are grateful to be able to share the story. We have heard fitting. Sure, go ahead.
We thank you all for your support.
I know if she was here right now, she would be just overfilled with joy. I mean, I know she is right now. I know she is. Just looking down on us, I know she is right now. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that she's not. If this had happened to any one of us and she was down here and we were up there, she would be doing the same thing. The same thing.
On Everyday Grace TV, one of the things that we've tried to do from the very beginning is to tell stories that are sometimes surprising, but always authentic. And so we have been blessed to be with members of Sandra Bland's family and also to follow up once again with Hannah Adair Bonner. Thank you for being with us. Thank you all for opening your home and taking time to be with us today.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this episode. We're grateful for all of those who took time to share with us about how we can begin the hard work of responding to racism in our communities. We here at Everyday Grace TV want to let you know about a transition that will be taking place, beginning with our next episode. As part of her work as Director of Communications for the North Carolina Conference of the United Methodist Church, Mary Andreoli cast the initial vision for Everyday Grace TV and planted the seed that has blossomed into the show we now have today. We are grateful for all of the time and energy Mary has poured into the show. As Mary moves into a new role with Global Ministries, we are excited to welcome Dr. Margaret Brunson as co-host and collaborator.
Thanks so much, Jay, and I'm really excited about being the new co-host for Everyday Grace TV.
Margaret, can you tell us a little bit about yourself so that folks who are watching can get to know you a little bit?
Sure. So I am a native of North Carolina. I was born and raised in North Carolina, and I love this state. Also, I'm the daughter of a pastor in the United Methodist Church. But as I grew older and really came into my own understanding of life, I also realized the power of storytelling. And so I consider myself a storyteller. I think that stories are great ways to learn about who we are and how we engage in the world. And also because, you know, when we tell our stories, we realize that we have power in that. And Maya Angelou once said that there's no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. And so sometimes when we don't tell our stories, we're not able to release that burden or that agony from things that we've gone through. So I'm also a community leader, a published author, and I consider myself a luminary of purpose. I believe that one of my main purpose in life is to really show people their purpose and to lead people to a greater sense of purpose. So I'm really excited about what it means to be a part of Everyday Grace TV, and I'm looking forward to participating on the show.
Friends, we're excited that Margaret is with us and look forward to all the ways that she will help us continue to share authentic and surprising stories of everyday grace in the world around us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Tell me the story. Sing them over again to me, wonderful words of life. Let me more of their beauty see. good news. How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news. How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news. How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news, good news. Christ the Blessed One gives to all wonderful words of life.